entire Greek population is to go to the polls, elect a new parliament, and therefore a new prime minister. And what we to see from the polling that's arrived here anyway, after the failure of that hysterical fear tactic that Syriza wanted to destroy the euro, completely crazy, although still repeated by some bad faith individuals, Syriza has added, it's opened up what looked like a 5-point lead over the austerity ghoul coalition, the so-called New Democracy of the current Prime Minister Samaras. So we are rooting big time for the Greeks to elect the first strongly anti-austerity, anti-international monetary fund, anti-European central bank, anti-conditionalities, or anti-memorandum, as they say over there. The first of those governments in recent memory is going to be put into power next week, and we're expecting all kinds of changes. Changes in the European Union, things get better there. Changes in NATO, they'll have to deal with somebody new. And changes in the Russian foreign policy. Maybe Putin will realize his bread is buttered with Syriza, not with some right-wing reactionary crew like Farage or Alternatives for Germany or Le Pen or Grillo or these dubious individuals. But without further ado, let's go to our distinguished correspondent in Athens, Michael Chiotinas, who has been helping us to keep with this. Michael, this afternoon, I think we had the final rally, or one big final rally in Athens by the Syriza party. Can you give us some idea of how it looks from there?
Hello, Webster. Thank you for having me. Yes, we had today the single biggest, actually the last one before, the last rally before the big radio silence that is constituted in Greece before the elections. 3 or 4 days, you cannot broadcast anything related to elections. It's kind of, you need a period to cool down public opinion so that it's not influenced by emotions. Fear tactics, that sort of thing.
Good.
Now, the important thing to realize here is we are looking at a Europe that will be a very different place after the election, and will be a very different place not only because of Greece, but the future for Europe without parties like Syriza in Greece is looking a bit not good, to say the least. We are seeing the rise of Le Pen in France. We're seeing the rise of anti-European forces in Britain. Cameron calls for a referendum to exit the European Union. In Italy, we see the same. Actually, all over Europe, what's gaining these last years is the far right. The far right is gaining power, except for Greece and Spain, for that matter. In Greece, people have turned to a left-wing party. And I think that Syriza is the single most pro-European party in Europe right now, because
Very good.
It's not pro breakout. It doesn't want to break the euro apart. It doesn't want to break Europe itself or the euro apart, like the far right wingers will have us do. So it's actually very ironic that the party most accused of for anti-Europeanism is actually the most European. Now, the atmosphere here is optimistic. The main slogan is, the main motto of the campaign is "Hope is coming," and I think inspired by "Happiness is coming" from Chile, the time that Pinochet ended his regime. the governing party is using only fear. It has no other argument to put forth. The prime minister, the current prime minister, refuses to have a debate. He doesn't want to talk. That's also the first time that we've seen that in Greece. And he has chosen a political strategy based on fear, exclusively on fear. But what is good here is that people are not influenced by fear anymore. This tactic worked back in 2012, but it doesn't seem to work today. And things are looking good, actually. What else should we talk about?
Let me ask you now. Some of these parties, right? Some people may remember the Greek Socialist Party, right? The PASOK, and that's sort of the hereditary property of at least a branch of the Papandreou Party. Am I right? Does PASOK still exist? Are they still there?
It does still exist, but I hope it doesn't make it in some parliament, because you need 3%, and I hope it doesn't get it. Polls show it above 3%, but actually, George Papandreou, the former prime minister, has formed a new party. That's he's like trolling PASOK. He's like this is a joke, obviously a joke. He created a new party, formed a new party, and he is expected to maybe come inside parliament, although the polls show him below the threshold of 3%. And effectively, he has broken apart the basis on which PASOK was taking votes from. And it does still exist, but it's on its way out of the political scene.
Okay, so it's a moribund political formation, right? It's slowly dying off. Is that about accurate?
It has no meaning anymore. No one. If you want to be pro austerity, you just vote for the right wingers. Why go?
The right wing would be Samaras and the New Democracy, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay, we'll be back in a second. Stay with us, Michael. We'll be right back on World Crisis Radio.
We love that you're passionate about GCN. And whether you're a listener, a business owner, or a radio industry professional, we've redesigned the new GCN newsletter to keep you in the know. Get updates on your favorite GCN shows and hosts. Go to GCNlive.com and click on the banner in the upper left corner. Just for signing up, you're automatically entered for monthly giveaways. Start receiving your newsletter today. The future of talk radio. GCN.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Yeah?
Did you want to see me, sir?
Well, I did, but now that I do, I'm not so sure.
Sir?
Johnson, I got a mission for you that could change your life.
Oh, good, sir.
It involves traveling halfway around the world without so much as half a clue of where you're going or what you're going to do when you get there.
Situation normal, sir?
Uh-huh. But I'll be leading this mission, Johnson, so I'll be telling you what to do.
You, sir?
That's right, Johnson, and I say first things first.
Oh, good plan, sir.
And what I say is first is food. Always remember that, Johnson. Food is a big deal.
Sir, my brother-in-law can get us a really good deal on some surplus MREs.
Johnson, if you've got half a brain and that empty head of yours, you'll
call the freeze-dry guy like I did. That food is better for you, it rehydrates faster, and it's good, Johnson. And it keeps for up to 30 years.
Will we be gone that long, sir?
I hope not.
Now get your supplies organized and meet me down to the pier at dawn on Sunday. We sail at sunrise.
Yes, sir.
This adventure is brought to you by the Freeze Dry Guy. Call 866-404-3663 or visit freezedryguy.com.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
On Facebook, on the news, and in conversations with friends, we're bombarded every day with advice on how to be healthier, from gluten-free and non-GMO diets to how much exercise and sleep the body needs. But how much have you heard about alkalizing the body? AlkaVision Plasma pH drops are a holistic and natural way to get your body's pH levels back in balance. Just a few drops in water will help your body rid itself of harmful waste. And even the healthiest of diets can be complemented with your daily use of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops. Who isn't looking for more vibrance, vigor, and energy? Now buy 2 bottles of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops and get $10 off your order. Visit alkavision.com or call 800-518-7615. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops are packed with a powerful combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds. Open the door to greater health, vitality, and zest for life. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health. Call 800-518-7615 or head to alkavision.com.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GC.
The Crisis Radio. Webster Tarpley here in Washington, D.C., talking to you a little bit earlier than usual. It's Thursday, the 22nd, but we're happy to be on the line with Michael Chiotinis in Athens to get the rundown on one of the great events of our time, right? This is something you wanna take note of, right? Remember where you were when you get the results of this, because this is a game changer for the entire situation. So Michael was just telling us that the party of the Socialist International, the PASOK of George Papandreou, right? The guy who, when he talked, he sounded like an American, right? Too much so, I think.
He's actually an American citizen.
He's an American citizen. Well, at some point you got to draw the line, right? Who are you going to serve? You can't. Harlequin can't be a servant of 2 masters quite so easily. I'm just looking at the polls. Alco shows Syriza 31.2, New Democracy 27. RAS shows Syriza 32, New Democracy 27.1. GPO. Syriza 30.4, New Democracy 26.4. Anyway, you get the idea. There's another one with the University of Macedonia, Syriza 33.5, New Democracy 27. So the polls say 4 to 6.5% lead for Syriza. Now, as the Huffington Post,
up to 8%, actually, up to 8%.
Great. Now, under the Greek system, the first one across the finish line gets a bonus of 50 seats, correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
What do you think?
It's a measure to form in order that you can form a strong government, you help the first party form a government. It's actually of dubious constitutionality, but that's how it is. The electoral law is like this. The thing is,
Certainly.